Good morning and welcome to At Home with Roby. I'm Patrick McIsaac, president of Roby Electric, and along with Trent Haston, president and CEO of the Roby family of companies, we are your hosts. Be sure to connect with us on Facebook at Andrew Roby, Roby Electric, and Roby Realty. You can also check out our podcast as well. Trent, good morning.
Good morning, Patrick. How are you doing today, bud?
I couldn't be better. It is hot.
Steamy week.
Hot.
Steamy week in Charlotte.
If you are in the HVAC business, you are busy right now.
I hear you. I mean, it's 2 times a year, right?
That's it.
Really hot and really cold.
Really cold. Have you you caught any Pokemon yet, or Pokemon characters? Pokemon. What would be a plural Pokemon?
No, I don't. I don't know very much at all about Pokemon. I do know that it caught on, and it caught on quick, and
Sure did.
and somebody's reaping some success off of it. And then I do know that just as in business, with the success will come opportunities for failure and interruption into it. And I don't know. I got a funny story. Before I get to tell my story, everybody has you and I today. So for your next hour, you got Patrick and Trent, and that's what we're giving you. But you bring up Pokemon. I mean, something we've been talking about, we want to talk about on today's show, and when we get into the heart of the show, is social media.
Correct.
What is the need for social media for different types of businesses, and how to address it, and it's something that we're really not good at all, so we're going to bounce off some ideas and hopefully get the audience thinking. And then we're going to do a recap of the Roby family of companies, and we hadn't done that. We did a show in January and talked about what was going on, kind of like a radio newsletter, just a little recap and get you thinking about that. And then lastly, I think we decided this week, everybody knows this is our 9th annual, or let me rephrase that. This year is our 9th annual Pitching for Wishes, which is the annual cornhole tournament that Andrew Roby's done for 9 years in a row. And it benefits 100% the Make-A-Wish Foundation of Central and Western North Carolina.
Very cool.
So we decided to get awareness up, and hopefully people will love this. We are going to tell a wish story at the end of every show and remind people that we have our tournament coming up on September the 23rd at Freedom Park, and want people to get out, put it on your calendars.
Trent, I think that's huge. I mean, these stories are remarkable with these kids from Make-A-Wish. So be sure you listen all the way through. We're going to do that on the last segment. We're going to do it every show up until the cornhole tournament. Again, we have podcasts available. If you're going into church, you're unable to hear the last segment, look us up. I think you go to the iTunes store, according to our social media guru, and you can download it. Just type in At Home with Roby, and they pop right up.
Well, we've been reflecting, and just to be open to the audience, we want this show to be successful, and we want it to be entertaining. We want people to like it, and reflecting on what does At Home with Roby mean? What are Patrick McIsaac and Trent Haston and our guests bringing to the table? And the design of the show is kind of just cool stories, fireside talks, what have you. That's kind of a corny way to say it, but it's kind of like when I go on a long trip and I want to listen to a Buffett podcast because he's going to teach me a couple of things and tell me some cool stories.
Yeah.
That's the goal. We think that through our 66 years of relationships, primarily in Charlotte, but throughout the Southeast, we get to encounter a very diverse group of business leaders, mind leaders, successful folks. They're our clients, they're our allies, and bringing them in, introduce topics that you might not think you were going to get taught on this Sunday morning.
Yeah, we want to keep it lighthearted. I agree. I mean, obviously these stories have some humor to them. Some of these stories are good life lessons from some of these business leaders as well.
And as I used to say, we are corny. We're so corny, Del Monte couldn't can it.
We are cheesy and corny.
Cheesy and corny.
It's
I hear
good.
You. Okay, Pokemon. So last week,
Is it Poke? We never answered that question. Is it Pokemon? Is it more than one Pokemon?
I think it should be
Pokemon.
Pokewoman.
Oh, there you go.
Ooh,
there you go.
Sexy Pokewoman.
There you go. But you talked about the business aspect of this Pokemon thing. I think it's going to be really interesting to see what happens because I think the lure to Pokemon is it's free, right? Right now it is free, but I think I heard through the grapevine that down the road, if you'll say you have a deli, you could sponsor a Pokemon, and I'm sure I'm getting this all wrong, so don't butcher me, huge Pokemon fans, but you could sponsor a Pokemon and have him located at your deli so people would come by and see.
Well, check this out. With the Homebuilders Association, we do the Parade of Homes where there's
Sure.
50 houses that you can go look at through the parade. Maybe we can do a Pokemon strategy and people can I think it's like geocaching,
Yeah, we were
which
talking
I don't
about
know
that.
much about.
So cool. I mean, what a great idea.
I'll tell you a funny story. So I this past week, I'm in Omaha with my family business forum, and we had a media guy that owns about 10 radio and TV stations in rural Nebraska, and he came and talked to us. Right before he came in, I mean, it was the day before or 2 days before I started seeing Pokemon stuff. Had no clue. Kids and their cartoons, and we talked about it. These wildly successful generational family business peers of mine didn't know much. We asked him. He said, it's kind of this interactive. It's free right now. Same thing.
Yeah.
Are they going to start charging? Or do they make their money off of advertisings? Pop
I think it's
ups or
gonna be
whatever. Very
advertising.
similar to Facebook. Everybody says they're going to start charging for Facebook. That kind of leads into where we're going. But we talked about it. And then we get in a van, and it's 8 of us, and we're riding around Omaha. This is like Tuesday, and it's about 5 in the evening, downtown Omaha, and all these people are walking around looking at their phones. And we rolled down our window and said, "What are you doing?" They said, "Oh, we're looking for Pokemon."
That's so cool. And I think
So-
it works through your camera. So you're looking through your camera like I'm looking at you in this office, and all of a sudden this guy pops up. So very neat concept, brilliant marketing. I mean, it's
Yep.
unbelievable. Folks, you're listening to At Home with Roby. Don't forget to check out our podcast if you miss any of the show or you want to hear our past shows. We'll be right back.